Hey everyone, Spaceman Spiff here, and we've got a whole nother week of spoilers ahead of us, which means I'll be putting out some more preview videos this week too. Spoiler season is my absolute favorite part of playing card games, and Crimson Rampage is not disappointing. Let's get into the cards. First up on our list today, we have Minoru Mineta 2, and this card has a lot of people talking. Mineta 2 is a 5-hand size, 31 health character on Death, Evil, and Water, and he has the following abilities. Enhance. Once per turn, your rival adds 1 foundation from their stage to their card pool. If it is your rival's turn, they may build the top card of their deck face down. And Enhance. Discard 1 momentum. Reduce this attack speed to 0. Draw 1 card. I think this card is really good, but it's going to take some work. Amphibious Ambush looks ready-made for him, but as a 5-hander, you're going to struggle activating the combo Enhance. The best part is probably to go for throws and maybe tape swing to ensure that you're getting your momentum every turn. If you don't get your momentum rolling, you're going to be stuck as a 5-hander trying to play a defensive game, and that is not a winning position. Throws have the added benefit that you can use the card draw on your own attacks without caring about the speed reduction, and you're going to need to be able to use that card draw offensively in some spots to close games out. So if you don't use throws, you'll have to figure something else out there. It's also important to note that defensive decks in general perform worse in tournaments where going to time is a real concern. I see this as Mineta's biggest hurdle, as it can be difficult to keep both players playing at a fast enough clip for turtling to be an effective strategy. Overall, I think this is a very powerful card, and skilled players who take the time to figure him out will likely be rewarded. Moving on, we have Mineta's partner reveal, Surviving the Final. It's a 0-cost foundation with a 3-high block and the ability Enhance. Once per turn, this attack gets -1 speed. While this looks unassuming, this is going to end up as an automatic 4-of in every deck on these symbols. The fact that this is once per turn and not flip is just so good. 0-diff spam that has literally any impact on the game is just so important, and this being repeatable, at least between turns, is very strong. I play Stronger in Darkness in decks that get 0 benefit from it, just to get enough 0-diff foundations or high blocks. That's how much I value that cost. Death and Evil, especially Shigaraki, love this because their defensive foundations are basically non-existent. Water decks will love this because it's their first defensive option at 0 difficulty slot. Overall, I would not be surprised if this was one of the top 10 most played cards from Crimson Rampage based on number of copies that show up in decks. Following our trend today of awful characters with great cards, we have our second brand new character in Crimson Rampage, Endeavor. Endeavor is a 6-hand size, 30 health character with the abilities Enhance. Your non-throw attack gets +1 damage for every 6 cards in your discard pile, and Response Commit. After you are dealt 5 or more damage, add 1 attack from your discard pile to your hand. His symbols are on all earth and fire. I really hope everyone got their Frigid Heat Waves, because that card spiked harder than Hinata, and it's definitely going to see play in Endeavor. While Fire with Shoto cards will be the obvious first choice, All Might in the DLC had some self-mill support too, so Endeavor looks to be starting off with a strong base. The free damage is going to be comparable to Nomu at points in the game, and the free attack after being hit is going to make you a 7-hander with Selection, or a Porcupine that people will be scared to attack. Not only that, but with a massive 30 HP, people will have to poke you if they are going to have any hope of dropping you. I'd look to build as much speed as I could into my Endeavor decks, since he'll handle the rest with the damage. Endeavor looks to be a really strong, really simple character, nothing fancy, just raw power. Endeavor's attack, Hellflame Javelin, is a 4 difficulty 4-high for 3 with a 1-high block and the abilities Enhance. If this attack is blocked, your rival cannot play breaker abilities for the rest of the combat phase, and Enhance. If you have 10 or fewer cards in your deck, commit 2 rival foundations or assets or any combination. The only asset we know of so far that has defensive applications is Quick Creation from set 1, which actually has Breaker 1, so double wrecked, I guess. Boom, take that, Momo. So obviously these are 2 very niche abilities, but we'll have to see what the assets look like in this set and the prevalence of breaker cards in the new meta before we can really say if this card is bad or not. That being said, it is a pretty good card to start off a kill turn with a stun 2, sort of, but better, and the warm fuzzy feeling that you aren't going to get breakered. Brokered? Its low stats and situational timing will keep this card at a 2-of at most. And now I've saved the best for last, at least personality-wise. Mina Ashido 2 is a 6-hand size, 27 health character on Chaos, Death, and Water. She's one of the very few characters with a static ability that reads, face-down cards in your card pool do not count towards progressive difficulty. She also has the response, after your punch or ranged attack deals damage, your rival loses 1 health for every face-down card in your card pool. This card is going to live or die on the support she gets in Foundations and Attacks in Crimson Rampage. If it's easy to get 3 or 4 face-down cards in your card pool consistently, then she'll probably be pretty decent. There is one water range throw for her to use in Grasping Tape Toss to guarantee the damage proc, but we have 0 cards that help her get face down cards into her card pool until Crimson Rampage. And even then, it's some extra damage with no extra utility on a character with middling stats. I don't really foresee her being top tier, but probably a fun deck to take to locals. And now we get a small taste of what Mina's support will look like. Choosing a hero name is a 2 difficulty foundation with a 3 high block and 2 abilities. Response commit, after your attack gets a damage penalty due to your rival's non-character effect, it gets plus 4 damage. And enhance, add this card to your card pool face down, this punch or ranged attack gets plus 2 or minus 2 damage. So I get that this is a common foundation, but if this is how Mina is going to get face down cards in her card pool, I'm not very optimistic about her prospects. If this set follows the same pattern as set 1, then she should be getting 4 foundations, and I think this one is basically unplayable. The response is too niche to main deck as a 2-diff foundation, and losing a foundation is not how I want to boost Mina's attacks. If that enhance was on a 0-diff foundation, I'd be here for it, but Mina is going to be starting this preview season off on an uphill battle. And that'll do it for spoilers for today. Who are you guys excited to build around? Personally, I am less excited about these characters than some of the others we've seen, but I really think Mineta is going to be pretty cool to play at least. He's going to be a fun puzzle to figure out. Do you guys think that Mina is actually going to be able to be good with as little support as she might get? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.